AI should be handling the volume. Speed to lead in seconds. Follow-up that never gets tired, never takes a nap. Consistency across hundreds of leads. Teeing up incredible conversations. But where you are a vital part of this, and I don't believe that's going to change anytime soon, you handle the nuance. The conversation that converts to a face-to-face appointment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to another Real Estate First Friday.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic. My name is Matt Hodge, Executive Vice President here at LPT Realty, joined by my co-EVP, Luis Fermin.
We're like so in rhythm usually. I feel like we're off with your intro. It was like, I think it was my good morning.
It was.
I think I came in a little too early.
You came a little hot, bro. I know you're excited to get that.
I'm excited
to get that good morning out there. I'll catch you guys up real quick and then we'll jump into the show. But remember, there's been a couple of different marketing things inside of real estate that was like the hot thing and then it became like normalized. And for a little while, it was like the aerial photography. Like when that first came out, it was like the new hottest thing. And then now it's just like standard. Like people get it. Like, hey, I understand aerial, like I understand how to utilize it. I understand the benefit it brings to the buyer or whatever. And then it became like the 3D tour. That became the new kind of hottest thing during COVID period where people could like walk through the house. And now it's just like the standard. Like, aerial photography and 3D tour, now the standard. I would arguably say the newest one, the newest version of that thing.
Let's hear it.
It's Showcase, bro. It's the thing that you can do with Showcase, the experience that the consumer has. I mark my words, that will be the new thing.
Watch. All right.
Watch and see.
Words have been marked.
But the consumer experience is just so bomb, man. Like the ability to walk through the house, see which angles the floor plans are taken from, virtually stage it, like all of the, like it is the new experience. Like mark my words. What is today's date? The 29th. We will see. We will check back in 1 year from now to see if my thesis holds. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. I'm sorry. We have
just a little bit.
Yeah, we have totally gone in the wrong direction here. We are going to bring in Barry Jenkins, the wonderful Barry Jenkins, who every single time who has been on Real Estate First Friday has dropped so many nuggets and useful tools. Today, we're going back into the conversation of AI and how to leverage it, how to put it a part of your business, trying to find that equilibrium, what's too little, what's too much, what parts it should replace and what it shouldn't. Luis, what are your thoughts before we bring it?
Yeah, man, AI is huge, man. I mean, I know I've totally embraced it. I think I probably started hyper focusing on AI after the FallCon certification that we did last year. Like that just completely opened my eyes. Like I was using it pretty passively here and there, but after that experience at FallCon, having Barry on the show, showing us different, AI programs, like I was just isolated to like ChatGPT and maybe a little bit of Claude, but just the different means of AIs that are out there is always very fun to explore. And I've been finding myself just using it as a form of entertainment. Like, hey, there's this Opus Cut. Let me go play around with Opus Cut and dump some videos and see what it does. And let me go mess around with this program. And it just becomes, just fun to kind of see, but not only fun to play with, but also fun to embrace and utilize in the conversations that I'm having. So it's been really cool, but excited to learn more today from Barry.
That's right. That is right. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Barry Jenkins. Good morning, Barry. How are you, brother?
Oh man, I'm fantastic. Always just so much fun to spend some time with you guys. And actually, Hodge, I was going to tell you, just yesterday, we got about 33% more commission on a deal as a result of Zillow Showcase. So it's still, although like I think eventually like it could be like the thing, it in my market, it's still setting us apart where a seller interviews 3 agents and is like, oh, that's what y'all are doing. Not only am I not willing to pay more, I'm also like, you're hired. So because I think we have to pay attention and we have to see where the play is. And that's kind of what my talk is on. Because before I was like all AI, and I still am leveraging it, but I'm watching some concerning trends. And that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit.
Well, let's jump right in. So we kind of talked about at the very beginning, like everyone's trying to find that equilibrium, right? And like you're seeing it not just within real estate, you're looking at it across all industries. Look at accounting, look at interior design, look at if you use QuickBooks, or like even now they're like, hey, by the way, we'll find tax deductions for you. We'll organize so-and-so. Like everybody's incorporating AI and they're trying to figure out where it fits. Like how can we utilize it to increase the consumer experience? How can we use it to create cost efficiencies on the back end? And like, what is too much or too little? And the people who dial it in just right are going to be the ones who continue to win at each kind of stage of its evolution. But you can easily get that wrong, right? Like we know people who try to over leverage AI and maybe replace that personal connection, and now they become inauthentic, and it starts to hurt the business. Or they allow AI to figure out some marketing campaign that doesn't, like you have to know where to place it to get the most out of it. So curious to kind of hear your thoughts, because I know you've been so dialed in on kind of where that right balance is.
I'm excited about it. And to your point, there's ditches on both sides. And I'm just going to, you're calling shots, I'm calling shots. In 12 months, it is my professional opinion that building your own software will become kind of ubiquitous in our industry. I think people are just going to be building their own stuff. And I think we're going to get so automated and so advanced and so streamlined, and it's going to go full circle where whoever has the most human relationships wins. I've never automated more in my business than I am right now. And that I'll use numbers to illustrate my point. An agent that says, I'm not really going to use AI for maybe just listing descriptions. I don't want to like do a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe they meet one new human a week, right? My team, because I'm using AI at every point in the sales cycle, like legitimately, I don't even know how to dial it in any more than I am. And my goal is to have my agents meet 5 new humans a week. And so like at the end of 52 weeks, that's a year, that's 52 new relationships for the person not using AI. Because my team's super dialed in, that's 260 new human relationships. Because I think human relationships are going to be the last thing to go. I don't think they ever will. I don't think nano robots, like they're going to be doing my laundry, because that's coming. For those of you who don't know, like that's why the Tesla X and Tesla S are not being made anymore. They're making robots. Like I'm psyched about having them do my laundry and mow my lawn, but I don't think it's going to replace that connection we feel when we're with a brother or a friend or whatever. All right. So I know we only got a little bit of time. So let me go into this. So we got a problem, y'all. We got a problem. All right. AI is crushing it, but some of you are not. And I want to talk about why. Some trends I'm seeing as I've been, I've spoke at more events in the last 60 days than I ever have in my entire career. My name's Barry, wrote one book, next book's coming out, head realtor in residence at Wailopo, running an amazing team at LPT in Virginia Beach as well. So an agent on one of my teams wanted to quit. Here's a summary of Devin's text. Barry, I'm struggling with follow-up, boss. I can't figure out why I can't close 1 or 2 deals a month. I feel like a complete failure and I hate myself every day. Just tell me I should go back to working 9 to 5. That was at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. He probably had a cocktail or 4. He's a good dude, but he wasn't selling and he was working really, really hard. AI was setting appointments for him and he just wasn't able to get revenue as a result of these leads. So if you're listening to me right now and you generate leads in your business and you're not closing a lot of them, this talk is for you. I think Robert Palmer is one of the most amazing leaders I have ever met. And that's not just because he's on this call right now. Legit. Like behind closed doors, he is a freaking boss. And I can't say that about leaders everywhere across our industry. Like when no one's around, he's still the same authentic, incredible, intelligent guy. So anyway, just wanted to give you a shout out. Not that you need it, Dr. RP, not that you need it, but I figured I'd do it anyway.
Awesome. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to disrupt your point.
No, dude.
Just wanted you to know.
He was a good agent, but he lost his edge. And he thought he wasn't using our CRM correctly. See, that was the part that I had to unpack. He was struggling. He was leveraging all of this amazing technology, and he thought he just didn't know something. And so I started to audit some of his calls and talk to him a little bit. And like with Devin, he's a lot of us right now. AI is converting leads. You guys are using auto texting, smart summaries, email campaigns. You're dialing it in and you're having all of this engagement, but a lot of you are not closing as many deals as you should right now. Okay. If we're being honest, you're getting a lot of leads AI's doing an amazing job surfacing it, and you geek out about it. Like there's a dopamine hit when you see all the conversations. But when it comes time to actually connect with the human and make some money and write a contract, you are not crushing it the way that you should. And it's the handoff between the robot to you that I want to talk about. It's just like in physical fitness. Like when your trainer is watching you and you're paying him or her to watch you train, you might do that extra rep, right? You might push just a little bit harder because your coach or your trainer is watching. And then when no one's around, your trainer's not around, you're supposed to do 12 reps, but maybe you do 11 just because nobody's watching and you're tired, right? And you excuse yourself, right? So it's just like that with AI. AI is doing all of this work, and in the process of AI doing the work, we are losing our edge. And I'm talking to you as a fellow passionate AI practitioner. I have never automated more of my career than I am right now. And I'm saying there is still some of this that you have to do because AI became the trainer that does the reps for you, and you stopped building the muscle needed to get the job done. AI has not made us worse. It has made us comfortable. And comfortable agents lose their edge. And you know, you get on the phone with the person and they're like, they're waiting 6 months. The old you would have like, oh yeah, like let's still meet. Let's make it happen. The new you that's super comfortable and you just know AI is going to send you some more new leads tomorrow. You're not fighting for that appointment the way that you used to because you're getting comfortable with having robots do all the work. See, AI should be handling the volume, speed to lead in seconds, follow-up that never gets tired, never takes a nap, consistency across hundreds of leads, teeing up incredible conversations. But where you are a vital part of this, and I don't believe that's going to change anytime soon, you handle the nuance. The conversation that converts to a face-to-face appointment, hearing that second layer, what they're saying, but they're not saying, giving a nervous buyer the direction they need to make the largest financial transaction of their life, actually caring, making them feel like you heard them and understand their needs. This is what's needed from you to leverage AI that you aren't currently crushing it in. So like, as an example, you're calling leads, AI set appointments for you, you're calling them, you get 4 leads in a row that say, you guys call too much, right? So on your 5th call, you're like, it hits you, it dulls you, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry to bother you, right? And you lose that consultant, authoritative energy that you need to lead people into this transaction. So quickly, how to resharpen your game when it comes to that handoff, when AI is converting leads for you and doing its job. Posture, process, and pursuit. Hodge, that all starts with P. I just want you to know that. I did that for you. Thank you. How you show up, what you do in the convo, and what you do after. So first of all, with posture, I want y'all to stop apologizing. Please don't say sorry to bother you anymore, right? You cannot bring that weak energy into these calls. They are already nervous. This is a big financial decision. They need to feel calm leadership energy from you when you get that live transfer from your AI, right? When AI is texting them, when your AI email drip is going out, you need to have that consultant energy. John, you reached out about your home search on my site. I've got a couple of quick questions for you. Not sorry to bother you. The next thing you need to do is you need to actually take the conversation and move it to where you actually start getting some appointments, right? So the way you're going to do that is you're going to affirm whatever their objection is. You're going to focus on understanding, right? And then you're going to focus on pivoting. So let's break that down. So first of all, affirming. I don't care what their objection is, okay? I want them to feel like you deeply understand what's bothering them right now. So if they say, you guys call too much, hey, I understand. This process can be overwhelming. And I want to make sure that you're taken care of. Hey, one quick question, right? So you affirm, I don't care if they say, I'm waiting for an alien to drop a bag of money in my backyard before I buy my next home. Well, Mr. Smith, if I was waiting for aliens to drop a bag of money in my backyard, I would wait to make my purchase too. I don't care how weird it is. Make them feel heard, right? If they're not selling, oh, I'm so glad to hear you're not selling. I specialize in supporting people through the process when they're not ready, right? So affirm them genuinely. Second, I need you to stop trying to overcome objections. I want you to understand objections. This is one of those nuance layers I was talking about that AI is not doing right now. And this is where you can shine, right? So by focusing on understanding, I ask my agents to use 2 out of these 3 objection handlers. How? What? Tell me more. So can you help me understand what's behind that? What would you have to be true for this to happen sooner? Tell me more about that. How did you decide that that was the right call for you? So when you're getting these AI appointments from yours, whatever AI system you're using, what I want you to focus on is using 2 out of those 3. How, what, tell me more. What's going to happen at scale consistently? Your conversations are going to go from 1 minute in length to 3 to 5. And as you start to do that, you're going to have an opportunity for a pivot. And so what I mean by a pivot is as you are talking to them and they say to you, they're waiting a year. I'm so glad to hear you're waiting a year. How did you decide on a year? Well, Barry, I'm trying to get my finances order. That's interesting. Tell me more about that, right? Well, I don't think I have enough down payment. Boom. That's the magic moment you've been waiting for. See, as an industry, we have been basically waiting for the consumer to have clarity around what their needs are. And what you have an opportunity to do today more than ever is let AI handle all the noise for you. Let it do all the automated drips. Let it do all the things. And instead of calling 100 people today, AI finds 5 that want to talk to an agent. Obsess about those 5. Fight for those 5. Take those conversations for those 5 and stop being disappointed when they say they don't know what they want. That is the opportunity. And as you're asking them how, what, tell me more, what's going to happen is you're going to hear an opportunity to be relevant right now. You're going to hear misinformation. You're going to hear fear. You're going to hear confusion, right? You're going to hear these things, and that is the moment you can pivot the conversation and be relevant. See, some of you are waiting for the lead to say to you, I want to go see 123 Smith Street. Or some of you are waiting for the lead to say, can you come over and stick a sign in the yard? I'm ready to sell. And you know what? I love those leads too. But there are way more people that don't know what they want yet than do. And so once you ask these questions, right, where your posture as a consultant and you're asking questions that surface all of these challenges in their workflow and their dreams and all that, that's when you pivot. Mr. Smith, this is one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. It deserves a plan. What we do is we sit down, we build a roadmap. I like to do those Wednesday evenings or Saturday mornings. What works best for you? I am telling you guys something. This phrase and this process with middle to top of funnel leads, if they meet with you in person and you have a lender call in or stop by during that appointment, we are seeing at scale consistently, the consumer for buyers consistently is writing an offer within 90 days, even if they said they're 12 months out, because you've made it easy for them. You haven't pushed them. You haven't rushed them. All you've done is not waited to be told what to do. You asked really good questions and you started solving their problems. With sellers, I'll tell you what we do. We say, Mr. Smith, I'm so glad to hear you're not ready, right? Sounds like you're a year out. Yep, absolutely. Well, we have a special process for homeowners just like you. Homeowners just like you waste a ton of money fixing stuff that don't get a return on investment. I want to save you from that. If you think, for example, you got to fix 15 things, my job is to look at your house like a buyer and shrink that list to, just as an example, 5 things. I want to save you money, save you time. I like to do this walkthrough Wednesdays and Saturdays, what works best for you. See, that's something that AI can't do yet. That's something that Zillow can't do yet for homeowners, right? You walking through their home and saying, oh, don't replace those cabinets, paint them. Or you saying, don't paint this room. You're not going to, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I just had a seller, he was so proud of his crawl space. He was like, he wanted to overprice his home by $40,000. And he said, no, but Barry, I spent $20,000 in the crawl space. It's got lights and a dehumidifier and it's got vapor barrier and we could eat in there. And I looked at him and I said, I understand that, buddy, but that is just not sexy. I just got to be honest with you. That's not going to do it. And I get it. You spent $20,000. And so we use those stories to help them to get in the home. 7 to 10 touches is what it's taking a lot of AIs to make these connections. 2 is what the average agent is attempting, right? So AI is here to do the heavy lifting, to make those calls, but you have to actually help them get that appointment, right? Michelle was a great example. She didn't want to follow up. She was afraid of bothering people. And I said, are you avoiding being a pest, or are you wanting to avoid helping her future? Right. So like what I told her was, I said, you've got to be more worried about a person making a mistake in their home buying or home selling journey than you are worried about bothering people. Okay. And so from a posture standpoint, you have to make a decision. Are you going to be a DoorDash delivery driver, which is a perfectly respectful way to make a living? But all they do is get a notification on their phone to go pick up food at a restaurant and then deliver it within a specific time to a specific address and make sure somebody's at the door. And I don't know why, but lately they've been asking for me for a PIN number when I order for Chipotle. And so I have to give them a PIN number, right? Some of you are wanting your leads to function like DoorDash. And I'm just going to tell you, if you make the decision to focus on your leads like a consultant, you're going to stop waiting for them to, quote, put an order in for a house. And you're going to see every conversation as an opportunity to help somebody make a living. That agent, that story that I told you about a Saturday night agent that was ready to quit, hated himself, we went through his list. We went through all of them. And out of 100 people that AI had set appointments for, he had only met with 2 of them. I said, don't take another new lead. Stop it. Don't take any more new leads. For the next week, all I want you to do is I want you to focus on these 98 that you haven't met with. I want you to say, I am so sorry we haven't done this sooner, but you're not ready to buy and I'm supposed to meet with you. This is the largest financial transaction of your life. It deserves careful consideration and wise planning. I like to meet Wednesday afternoons or Saturday mornings. What works best for you? He set 20 face-to-face appointments. His career never looked back. He has consistently sold between $750 and $1 million. And he had gone 6 months without a paycheck before that. And it was all sitting right in front of him. And so for us, you being providing clarity to people, it's actually an act of kindness. So in the next few days, all I want you to do is go in your CRM, find all the people that your AI and your website has engaged, sort them based off of last activity, call those leads, call the 3 that you've been avoiding, set those appointments, and go make some freaking money.
I love it, man.
Okay.
So I'm going to read some messages in the chat real quick. It says, this is from Barbara. Listen to Barry. I listened to his Claude recommendation for a listing appointment, and the sellers were so very impressed for all the hard work that was created from Claude. It only took her 10 to 15 minutes. And that was from your Claude presentation. So just want to call that out there. I know you were in your rhythm. You might not have seen that, but a lot of value. And again, right? Like people can be on the edge of giving up. This market is tough, right? There's a ton of reasons why it's easy to give up and why it makes sense to walk away from today's market. However, if you find the things that get you through, if you double down with the consistency piece on the actual doing the work, your business will grow in this market. And I will tell you, there's actually less competition in this market than when things are hot. And while I get it, everyone's doing more deals, you're fighting against more people because it's easy, right? More people come into the market, there's more transactions, less work, that it becomes very crowded. Now you're getting down to the people who are the professionals, the people who have consistency, the people who have systems. Those are the people who are taking market share. And it is available for all of us to do. It's not complicated, but it's not easy, but you just have to do the work. And this is some of the ways that you can put the systems around that work to make it sustainable.
Yeah, for sure. And as we are at a time where we are all building our proficiencies with AIs, highlighting this trap is actually very important. The trap of losing that relation touch with our consumers. We are finding ourselves like overcompensating and over leveraging AI, but we're forgetting that we got to maintain that relationship that we have with the consumer. The benefit of AI is that it's unlocking more time for us to go out there and build those relationships. And we are going to see a lot of agents who are going to get caught up in that world, right? Where we're going to focus all our time, focus on perfecting our AI, the analogy that you gave, Barry, in terms of us becoming like the clients becoming DoorDash to us versus us being that consultant. What AI is doing is giving us more moments for us to go in there and perfect our ability to be that expert, to be that consultant, to be there emotionally for our consumers. Yes, there's only so many hours in the day, but having AI unlock all of this additional time means that we now need to spend that much more time with our consumers, spend
That's
that
it.
much more time with hearing our consumers' emotional needs, not just understanding the objection, but understanding the roots of the objection and knowing how to properly consult and be there for our customers in which we serve. It's no different than, us leaning in so heavily on paper here at LPT. As more and more, as you heard Robert mention, we go to that digital world and more pictures are on our phones digitally. What are the ones that are most important are the ones that we print. And that's the same thing that's going to happen with AI when it comes to building physical and emotional relationships with our consumers.
Yeah, that's right. And,
Yeah.
the people who struggle are going to struggle is, you're right. AI is going to increase the consumer experience. It's going to increase the amount of knowledge that it's at their fingertips. And so if your value proposition to the consumer is just to, hey, I'm going to type in your criteria inside of the MLS, like, well, that's already in big competition, right? Like that doesn't really add a lot of value. Like, hey, I'm just going to do these very basic things. Like, yeah, that person is going to struggle. But if you use those resources again to free up the time to one, either create information at their fingertips faster or free your time up to have more personal conversations, you can grow your business. Again, you can't replace that piece. There's going to be people who over-index on AI and try to replace that personal connection because maybe they don't really like that process and they very well could struggle in their business. But again, AI is there to enhance that and give you more time to do those critical functions.
Stay aware, guys. I've been in the business long enough to where the business owners that continue to grow are the ones that are paying attention and quickly pivot. And so as everybody's kind of sounding the same and doing the same things, you guys got to stay paying attention to what's working and press into those human to human relationships while AI does all of the heavy lifting for you in the back end. So, yep. Always a pleasure, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for your time again today. Okay, guys. Well, we will call it for today. Have a blessed and prosperous weekend. We will see you this Monday with Robert Palmer, founder and CEO for Motivational Monday. See you then.